Alright, so I'm showing you two AI images on screen right now. One of them looks like shit, and one of them looks like a realistic model. My name is Marley and I run Clearflow. We're an AI UGC agency, and over the last 6 months we've developed the best systems on the market to create AI UGC. And in that process, we create images like what you're seeing here, but the chances are if you're making AI UGC at the moment, your images are looking more like this. So in this video, I'm gonna give you a heap of value on how to create images just like we do, what tools to use, what prompting structures to use. So if you're into this AI UGC stuff, then I highly recommend subscribing to our channel and watching this entire video. It is much appreciated. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first tool we're gonna be using today is Google Flow. So as long as you have a Google account, you should be able to create AI images on this platform. The main models we're gonna be using are Nano Banana 2 and Nano Banana Pro. Unfortunately for this video, I've actually run out of Nano Banana Pro usage on this platform, so we're gonna be using Nano Banana 2. But generally, I tend to even switch between the models because they are quite similar. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing is showing an example of exactly what a generic prompt and a generic output look like. So we'll start off a brunette model in her 20s, and we might say then next to scene, she is outside a nice cafe. Then we might say what she's doing, holding a cup of coffee. She is happy. UGC style phone shot. So this is what a generic prompt looks like. What we're going to do is we're going to hit generate. Generally, when I'm generating AI images, I generate 4 at a time just so I can get that spread and choose which one's my favorite. We'll wait for these to generate and then I'll come back to you. Alright, so we're back. As you can see, these images are not the best. For one, they're not UGC style, so they're not holding the camera, even though I said UGC style shot. The model looks similar in each frame, but obviously is a different person slightly. And overall, this obviously isn't usable. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what an image looks like with our system. Alright, so we're back with the Clearflow processes. So we've got our 4 images here. They're all really, really good. So if you look at, before and then after with ours. So still brunette woman holding a coffee outside a coffee shop. And even look at the background here compared to just the background of this. The difference is crazy. So I would probably end up using this image, I believe. This is the best out of the bunch, I would definitely say. But how do we actually get images just like this? So what I've done is I've prepared with my Claude from our structures, so obviously not our direct prompting structures, but I've built out a custom template for this video just specifically for you watching so you could get images close to ours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the description of this video, but also you're going to be able to see it on screen here, and I'm going to run you through the process of doing that. So I'm going to copy and paste it in here. So we've got 1, who the person is, 1 plain line. So it says, don't over describe it, extra adjectives, add variance, not control. So first, who are we making an image of? So again, it is that same brunette, model, young, in her 20s. Might get a bit more descriptive, even though it does say 1 plain line, we will kind of make it a bit more descriptive. And then obviously with this template, just kind of delete those little sections where it tells you what to do, so then the AI model isn't guessing around too much. So brunette model, young in her 20s, brown eyes and tan skin. So that's decently descriptive. Second is where. So a real specific, slightly messy room, name 2 or 3 mundane things that are genuinely be there. If you can't picture someone living there, then it's a set. So obviously the slightly messy room was an example. So what we're going to be doing here is a public cafe sitting outside on a chair, people with people in the background. Alright, third is the light. Name the actual light sources in that room and make them mismatched. one warm, one cool. Real rooms have an argument between their lights, studios don't. So that's one of the biggest things in AI images. So what we're going to do is we're going to say natural sunlit scene. For this one, because it's outside, there will probably just be that one source of light. And we're going to say behind the model. So the lens, phone camera, wide, everything sharp, front to back, no blurred background ever, biggest single tell. So that's obviously, like it says, the biggest single tell. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say iPhone lens, selfie camera style, no blur. Great. All right, so 5 is skin. So pores, T-zones, shine, uneven skin, a blemish or two. Say it more than once. The pull towards smooth will ignore you the first time. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to say something along the lines of, natural skin, blemishes, human, pores, something like that. And obviously with this structure of prompting, you kind of want to change it around each time, obviously depending on your scene. Next is capture. So clean and sharp. Never asks for grain or iPhone quality. It arrives downstream. Bake it in and you double it. So basically, if you're asking for kind of like iPhone grain or whatever, it's going to ruin your video quality later down the line. So you need to just not include that step. So we're just going to say here, clean and sharp capture. All right, so then lastly, we're going to have 3 nevers. So we're just going to leave this line like this. No studio / softbox / ring lighting, no blurred background, no flawless skin. What we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to hit generate now using this prompt. So you can copy and paste this and test it for yourself. You can use this structure that you would have seen the full structure before, or it's in the description of the video. But let's go ahead and generate. All right, so this is the image that we've generated. It's a lot better than what we started out with, which I'll show you now. If you're comparing this image, which is the original one that we generated with the basic prompt, to this image using our structure, you can really tell the difference. Obviously in this image there is a few flaws. There's a bunch of people behind her for some reason, way too many for my liking. However, this is a really strong starting point. And obviously we generated 4, so not every single one is going to be perfect. This one's not great, this one isn't great. This one obviously is the best out of the batch. This one is okay as well. But that's kind of what you need to do. You need to use a prompting structure like what I've just given you and spit out at least 4 at a time. Find your best one, find out what was good about it, and that way you can actually start to figure out what you need to look for in your images. So with this image, next time we prompt, we may not include the people in the background part because it probably will just include them anyway. We might say, we want this certain name in the background. We might say, we want to change the brick walls, we want to change the lighting to be in front of her. But basically, it's just about creating a sort of feedback loop with yourself to understand how to prompt these images better. All right, so I might have cut myself off a little bit there, I'm not too sure, but I wanted to pull these up side by side so you can see the comparison. So this is before. It's not really a UGC style shot. It doesn't look too bad, but compared to what we generated with that template that I gave you, this is a lot better. Now look, if you're an e-commerce brand that wants to scale with AI UGC content, then you simply don't have the time to learn these skills yourself. At Clearflow, we've spent 6 months developing a proprietary system to create AI images like this and videos like what I'm going to show on the screen now. We are the best on the market to do it, and we handle the entire creative pipeline. That way you can actually scale your brand. So if you're watching this video and you don't want to learn these processes, and you don't want to spend weeks to months of your time figuring it out, wasting API costs, and then eventually having to come to someone like us, then what I want you to do is click on the link in our description of this video, clearflow.com. There you can learn exactly how we do what we do and how we could implement it into businesses just like yours. So if that sounds like you and you're interested, I would love to see you book a call. But for the rest of you wanting to actually learn this, then this video is going to give you a heap of source on how to create better images. And obviously, if you are wanting to continuously learn more, subscribe to the channel and watch our other videos because we cover numerous topics to do with AI UGC. If you're watching this, then I appreciate you watching to the end, and I'll see you next time.